And the reason I had to come is because you made a safe place for the truth to be told. You know what I mean?
Thank you, I appreciate
And
that.
I have watched all of these lowbrow comedians come here and disrespect you in your face and tell you straight up lies.
Last month, Katt Williams caused quite a stir on the internet during his interview on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharpe. The comedian didn't hold back, taking shots at fellow celebrities like Kevin Hart, Cedric the Entertainer, Ricky Smiley, and more.
They feel comfortable sitting here lying to you about it.
You gonna set the record straight?
Are you kidding me? You let Ricky Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Katt Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike.
Wait.
And Katt Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now three quick points. You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is the Ricky Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know
He shouldn't be able, you wouldn't let a athlete that been on steroids talk about one of the greats. Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man, you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
He couldn't have played that role like you. I thought he was...
Sir, no one, why no? He was with KD? He beat up Terry Crews? Why nobody know this story? You talking about in Hollywood, they switched off roles. You take this and he, what? Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So that's why, because when we released that clip and he said that, you responded because he said he was supposed to play Money Mike and you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie.
So
that he knows is a lie.
So why would he say it?
Because he's a liar. Nobody knows why liars lie. And that's why I had to come on the program. Cedric did the same thing. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Katt Williams' joke?
Yeah.
He said, it don't line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018? You came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019 and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up? This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business, and it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good old baby and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big deals is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
And you have nothing on with this.
Amen, amen.
Gee. kind of, let me get this one there.
Right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me, one more time.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, well, why did he get blackballed?
Yeah,
Oh, because,
I was gonna ask you that.
because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
You will tell it.
no, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that, I value that, I'll pay for that.
While the interview received backlash, some argue that Williams was just being brutally honest. Monique seems to be one of those defenders, as she recently voiced her support for Williams during her own appearance on Club Shay Shay. In a clip from the interview, Monique starts by saying, "Everything Katt Williams said here, we all know it to be the truth." She reflects on how often people get caught up in judging the messenger rather than focusing on the message.
When we know something is wrong, everything Katt Williams said here and said,
Right.
we all know it to be the truth. However, we get so caught up in, well, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
Well, can you believe he said it? Or can you?
Or it's the messenger.
It's the messenger, baby. We get so caught up in the messenger that we'll overlook the message. Because people that look like us, we should just be grateful we got invited to the party.
Right,
We
right.
should just be grateful that someone paid us attention. I've dealt with that my whole life. I've dealt with that. So when you get to a space where you say, listen, I want to be free. I want to be free. I don't want to walk around intimidated, scared, fearful. What might happen? What they gonna what they gonna say? What they gonna do? If it's your story and it's the truth, tell it.
Fans had been eagerly anticipating Monique's take since the interview was teased on social media last week. Known for her upfront and honest beliefs, many expected a similarly explosive interview from her. It seems Monique didn't disappoint, aligning herself with much of what Williams had expressed in his controversial interview.
Oh, this is all I've ever prayed for. And when my baby Katt Williams sat here and said, no one's ever gone out to LA and got a sitcom like that. I was in LA for 3 months. And here comes a show called The Parkers. Now, you know when Katt Williams said gatekeepers?
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, I do his podcast.
Yes.
And I want y'all to re-listen to the podcast so you can hear it for yourself. When he first comes on, he says, you're like my mother, you're like my aunt, you're like my sister. Okay? Then we do the podcast. We speak about the Tyler Perry situation. Oprah Winfrey, he said, I don't really know Oprah, but I'm gonna reach out to Tyler. I appreciate that. Kevin kept his word. He reached out to Tyler Perry. Kevin Hart called me back about maybe a week or so later. He said, Mo, I talked to Tyler. He said he don't want to revisit it. He said, but I tell you what, let's move past that, Mo. Let's just move past that and let's just do great things. So whatever
That's what Kevin said.
I want you to hear me, Kevin Hart. Now, Kevin Hart is one of the biggest entertainers right now in the world, right?
Correct.
And was then. We got off the phone with Kevin Hart. We called Endemol immediately and said, Kevin Hart said, whatever we want to do, he got us. He's going to partner, executive use. They was like, oh, this is incredible because when you put Kevin Hart's name on it, you already know what it is.
Correct.
2 weeks go by. We get a call from Endemol. Endemol says, we just got a call from Kevin Hart's manager, Dave Becky. And Dave Becky said, Kevin doesn't want anything to do with Monique. So whatever she told y'all, he doesn't want to do anything with her, nothing. You know, he doesn't want any kind of relationship with Monique.
So what changed between the 2 weeks and plus he gave you a check, you gave the money back, then said he would partner with you, executive produce, whatever you need, Mo, hey, we got you. So what transpired, or what do you think transpired between then, that two week period?
Well, soon as we got off the phone and they told us what Kevin's manager, David Becky, said, I called Kevin Hart immediately. I said, hey, baby, we just got off the phone with Endemol, and they said Dave Becky called them up and said, you don't want anything to do with me.
Monique points out that society sometimes struggles to accept the truth when it comes from someone who doesn't fit a conventional mold, such as a 5 inches man or a black woman over 200 pounds. She emphasizes the importance of appreciating the message itself rather than getting sidetracked by preconceived notions.
Because what you can do is be in a position to prevent it happening to someone else over and over and over again. So if I go back to the 11th grade with that sister who's no longer with us, rest her, with that sister, I would do that again. Because if you tell me something and we know it's wrong, but you're gonna pin that on somebody else, is that right?
No, it's not right.
That's what we've been taught. You swallow that pain. That's why people have such a problem with Katt Williams. People have a problem with people that says, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. And that causes a ruckus, and you would say, why are people upset with the truth? When you hear Steve Harvey say, there are repercussions when you tell the truth. Well, remember when we were children? What would your grandmother tell you?
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth, because if not, there will be what? Repercussions.
Right.
Well, now it's got turned around. When you tell the truth, there'll be repercussions. So what's the opposite of that? Should I tell a lie and get a reward? So that's how we're rolling right now. That's how we're dealing with one another right now. So when it comes to family and people saying, oh, Monique, how could you? Listen, I want to live the rest of this journey that I have in peace. I want to be with my family, in love with my man, he in love with me. We watch our babies grow and develop their own families. I don't need anything in the midst of that.
Monique goes on to share her own experiences with discrimination throughout her life and encourages others not to be afraid to speak their truth. According to her, honesty about one's story can play a crucial role in preventing similar hardships for others in the future. It's a powerful message about the importance of looking beyond appearances and embracing the truth, no matter who delivers it. She then told Shannon just what it would take for her to forgive the people who wronged her.
When we have our juggernauts, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, these are our juggernauts of our community. These are the people that our babies say, when I grow up, I want to be that.
Yes.
I want to be like that. So we have to call those people to the mat and say, listen, what are you teaching our babies? You're feeding poison because you're showing them your private jet. I'm going to show you my mansion. I'm going to show you my fancy cars. But my character is shot and I'm bankrupt. I got a lot of money in my bank. It's more zeros than some of them than we can imagine. But their character, they are bankrupt. Those are bankrupt people. So everybody that Katt sat right here and told you about, I can't wait to see your next interviews with those people.
They ain't coming on now, Mo.
Invite them.
I have.
They not gonna do it?
Well, look, I've already done Steve. I have a relationship with Steve.
Do him again. Do him again. And I'm gonna say this.
I'm trying to get Oprah and Tyler, though.
Baby, we got him. Y'all come on, stop playing.
They ain't coming.
And I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm gonna say it because I appreciate you as a black man and what you're doing.
Thank you.
If you are my friend, and someone says to me, Monique, Shannon Sharp wronged me, and you my friend,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my friend.
You can come to me.
And I'm gonna say, hey, is what they saying true? And if you get to hemming and hawing, I'm gonna tell you, till you fix it, you and I can't talk. Because if you'll do them that way, it'll be a matter of time before you do it to me. So if Steve Harvey is your friend, you call your friend up and you ask him, is what our sister saying right, man? Because if it is, we can't do that to her, if that's our sister.
Thanks to her recent interview on Club Shay Shay, Monique is now hitting the road alongside her twin brother, Katt Williams, for his upcoming Dark Matter stand-up tour. The exciting announcement came just a day after the podcast episode aired, as Monique and her husband, Sydney Hicks, shared the news in an Instagram video. Towards the end of their video, Monique shifted gears to express her excitement about joining Katt Williams on the Dark Matter tour. In a lively Instagram live session, she playfully referred to Williams as her fraternal twin brother, non-biological of course, and shared her enthusiasm for the upcoming comedy tour. Interestingly, Katt Williams is making the Dark Matter tour a platform for female empowerment in comedy, as Tori Hart, Kevin Hart's ex-wife, is set to be an opener for Katt on select tour dates. despite what Katt said about Kevin.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal, it's a consortium.
Despite the claims made against Kevin during Williams Club Shay Shay interview, Tori clarified last month to TMZ that there was no shade toward the father of her 2 children. Kevin also had similar goodwill towards his wife. It looks like the Dark Matter tour is shaping up to be an exciting and diverse comedy experience. On a recent episode of Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast, Monique delved into the long-standing feud she's had with Oprah Winfrey, shedding light on a painful experience that unfolded after Monique won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress in 2009 for Precious, a film co-executive produced by Winfrey. And Monique made a point of appreciating Shannon for letting her talk about it.
They look at my husband and say, how dare you be so direct?
Right.
How dare you not put your eyes down when you're talking to me? How dare you do that? My husband is also my manager. Why would he want to exclude my management? It's like, Tyler, you should want my husband to be there. You may want him to be sitting right there so that way we can have a conversation that everyone can be heard. Mm-hmm. But I appreciate you, Shannon, because most people are too afraid. That's heard the tape. They're too afraid to say, no, I heard it, and this is what he said.
Monique revealed that Winfrey had approached her before filming a segment for The Oprah Winfrey Show, featuring Monique's estranged family. The interview focused on Monique's traumatic experiences of being sexually assaulted by her brother, Gerald Imes, during her childhood. While Monique had given consent for her brother to appear on the show, she emphasized that she never agreed to involve her entire family in the on-air conversation. Recalling the conversation with Winfrey, Monique shared, "When Oprah Winfrey called me up and she said, 'Your brother wants to come on the show, and he wants to apologize to you for molesting you, and he wants to tell people how to look out for predators.'" Monique expressed her reluctance to be part of the interview, but allowed her brother to appear. The turning point came when Monique noticed promotional commercials featuring not just her brother, but also her parents and another brother, who had once been her manager and understood the fear she had of the brother on stage. Feeling deceived and betrayed, Monique explained, "We never talked about my mother being there. Imagine, you see your family on a show, and they're talking about someone who violated you, and that woman didn't tell you that they were going to be there. How would you feel?" Monique admitted she understood the business move behind capitalizing on her recent Oscar win and tragic backstory, but felt betrayed by Winfrey. She highlighted that if Winfrey had been upfront about including her mother, she would have put a stop to it. Monique also shared that her family initially approached Barbara Walters for an interview, but the journalist declined out of respect for Monique, stating, "You just won that award. Why would I do that to you?" Reflecting on her mother's involvement in the interview, Monique explained, "I see the show, and I can tell that my mother is trying to make a dollar. I know my family." She recounted the challenges of defending her mother against criticism while being uncomfortable with her behavior on the show. So Monique dropped a lot of bombshells, and we can expect a lot of interesting developments over the next few days. That's all the video, folks. Thanks for watching.